Hey everyone, I'm Tate Pilatus and I'm a representative for the Pakistan Research Group. Today our team will be discussing the role of women in Pakistani culture, including the issue of how women are treated. Some things that factor into women's rights that will be discussed are women in the workforce, educational privileges, and arranged marriages. We will also discuss how these issues will evolve and affect Pakistan in the years to come.
Women's rights to inheritance of land. Daughters are expected to give up all of their rights to their family land to their brothers. It is custom in Pakistan for the male role to hold ownership of the land, that being the father, and it will be passed down through generations of sons. Many call attention to the Quran, which tells that both sons and daughters should receive of what their parents' kinsfolk leave behind. Yet this is denied to women. Additionally, women lack knowledge about the economy, their property rights, land registration systems, and most all legal matters involved in obtaining and possessing land. They are also limited in mobility as they follow the law of purdah, seclusion, and must be escorted by male family members to go places. So, even if women desired to obtain information about getting possession of their land, it would be very difficult for them to do so, even though the land might be legally theirs. In an attempt to make up for and lessen complaints by their women, brothers promise to protect their sisters. With this protection comes gifts of the harvest. The women are taught that this is their portion of their inheritance, although it is belittling in comparison. In a study conducted over the areas of Laki Marwat and Sarai Nurang, questions were asked in 5 different villages about women and property rights. When asked if they would give their daughters a legal share of property, a mere 13% answered yes. Contradictorily, 61% answered yes when asked if women should be given their legal share of inheritance. It is interesting that the people of these villages were slow to give of their land, but more lenient in acknowledging the born rights of their daughters.
Women's rights to labor in the work field. Women are primarily seen in Pakistan as wives and mothers, yet in more recent years there have been challenges to this notion. The working women can become the new ideal Pakistani woman. Although the social backlash is harsh against women who are just taking a stand, it is vital for them to continue to fight for their rights. Pakistan's favorite leader, Muhammad Jinnah, stated in 1942, "Tell your young girls I'm a progressive Muslim leader. I therefore take my sister along with me to backward areas like Balochistan and NWFP, and she also attends the sessions of the All India Muslim League and other public meetings. Pakistan will be a progressive country in the building of which women will be seen working shoulder to shoulder with men in every department of life." Benazir Bhutto, another great leader, was the first female prime minister of Pakistan, and when she was elected into office, this created a swirl of debates about women's role in politics. Jinnah, Bhutto, and other leaders have begun to speak out concerning women's rightful seat in the workplace. This rally must continue and grow in fierce zeal to gain footing. Women that actually earn a degree in Pakistan are only at 3.8%. This is a huge reason for why they are not very strong in the workforce. It really isn't completely their fault. The major factors contributing to poor employment trends for females in Pakistan include low literacy rates and social and cultural taboos and norms that impede their active participation in national economic activity. As governmental and non-governmental programs work to incentivize and encourage women to go on to earn a degree, the statistics will continue to rise.
Women's empowerment. Tensions about women's rights have existed since the founding of Pakistan. Under the reign of Zia, the notion for women to stay at home was reaffirmed, if not required. Islamization threw off the balance between men and women, making equality a dream rather than reality, especially in politics. Despite this, women are becoming more educated in recent years and realizing how intolerable their circumstances are. In 2009, the Domestic Violence Protection and Prevention Bill was passed by the National Assembly, but was not passed by the Senate until February 2012. Shortly after, another huge initiative was anonymously passed, the Protection Against Harassment for Women at the Workplace Act 2009. More bills were passed that entailed punishments for forced marriages and after-throwing. Most impressive and life-changing of them all is it is no longer a crime to be raped. The bills passed seem like common sense to an American, or common rights, yet they are huge leaps for Pakistani women. These leaps continue to be made in persistence.
Women's rights to education. In Pakistan, women are at a disadvantage when it comes to education. At the moment, 3.75 million girls in Pakistan are out of school, and that makes up 75% of the 5 million out-of-school children in the world, in the state of Pakistan. In the Asia-Pacific area, Pakistan has shown the least progress in attempting to educate the low-income girls. In Pakistan, has only shown a drop from 78 to 62% of low-income girls out of school, while the rest of the area and neighboring countries have shown significant changes in this field, with at least a 50% drop. One of the problems that many of the women in Pakistan face is fear of persecution by religious groups, who many of them feel scared to attend school because of violence that is shown towards the women there. And many of the cutbacks of funding of education by the government and the government's lack of interest to give more rights of education to these women. And with these recent government cutbacks, it is more important for activists such as Malala, who speak on behalf of the women's rights to education. And we believe that within 5 to 10 years, the number of out-of-school women, the percentage of it, will drop down to 50% and will become even with the number of out-of-school men and boys.